Every modern woman claims she wants a man who is independent, strong, and impossible to control. Yet, when she encounters a true Sigma male, that desire quickly turns into deep-seated frustration. While most men bend to social pressure and traditional alphas burn out trying to maintain their dominant status, the Sigma operates entirely outside the hierarchy. He is the rare archetype who doesn't seek her validation, doesn't play by the established rules of the dating market, and remains completely untouchable to modern manipulation. This independence makes him incredibly dangerous to the female power structure, creating a dynamic where women hate him for his refusal to submit, yet find themselves completely unable to ignore his presence. If you want to understand the exact mechanics behind this friction, ensure you stay until the very end of this breakdown. By the time this video concludes, you will possess a rare piece of psychological wisdom regarding how a sovereign man completely dismantles modern dating strategies, and you will see exactly why his quiet competence makes him the ultimate predator in a world full of easily manipulated men. Let us dissect the strategic battlefield. Sign number 1. Modern women frequently use emotional blackmail, manufactured guilt trips, or strategic outbursts of sadness to trigger a rescue response and gain the upper hand in a relationship. The Sigma male cuts through this emotional chaos with cold logic. He refuses to take responsibility for these landmine emotions and won't change his plans just because she is feeling down. This infuriates her because her most potent weapon, emotional leverage, simply bounces off his stoic shield, leaving her feeling powerless and unable to button press his behavior. This isn't coldness. It is the ultimate form of intellectual self-possession. A sovereign man refuses to be a hostage to a cycle of drama he didn't create. Sign number 2. The standard tactic in the modern dating landscape is playing hard to get, where a woman uses silence or delayed responses as bait to force a man into a desperate hunt for her validation. While the average man interprets this lack of contact as a challenge and begins chasing harder, the Sigma male simply views silence as a lack of substance and moves on without a second thought. He refuses to turn his attention into a performance to win a prize he does not need, which completely disrupts her expectations and throws off her entire strategy. She is left bewildered and deeply resentful because her silence did not trigger his neediness. It triggered his permanent exit from her life. The Sigma values his time as a predator, values his energy. He will never waste it on a trail that has gone cold. Sign number 3. Many women rely heavily on social proof, leveraging materialist symbols, curated online aesthetics, and a crowd of admiring followers to demand male submission and automatic attention. The crowd of ordinary men will bend over backward to please a pretty face, but the Sigma male remains completely unimpressed by superficiality and barely looks up from his goals when she enters the room. This total indifference inflicts a severe ego bruise, creating an immediate sense of fear and confusion in her because her social masks hold absolutely no power over him. It infuriates her that she cannot use her beauty to manipulate his actions or control the environment. His standards are built entirely on intrinsic value, not external mirrors, proving that a dangerous man seeks a partner who is actually interesting, not just one who looks interesting. If you have witnessed this shift in power firsthand, drop a comment below sharing how logic disarmed the situation. Sign number 4. Modern society trains women to build a dependency trap, expecting a man to revolve his entire existence around her validation and need her presence to function. The typical man falls right into this setup, but the Sigma male maintains a sovereign solitude, thriving deeply in his own company and proving he requires no external validation to feel successful. This absolute self-sufficiency breaks the power balance, making her feel intensely threatened because she can no longer use commitment as a bargaining chip. When a man is genuinely happy being alone, her ultimate threat to leave loses every ounce of its leverage. This is the unbreakable mindset of a lone wolf who has mastered himself, offering a relationship based entirely on choice rather than an emotional hostage situation. Sign number 5. Most women are highly adept at psychological profiling, quickly mapping out the average man's predictable behaviors and desires to influence his next move. The Sigma male completely shatters this playbook by operating on nonlinear, highly complex patterns and an existential honesty that defies standard dating scripts. He keeps his internal plans entirely private, refusing to broadcast his intentions or look to the crowd for direction, which deeply disrupts her expectations. This causes an underlying fear and anxiety within her because she cannot US him out, leaving her staring at a psychological puzzle with missing pieces she can neither solve nor control. His mystery is a quiet statement of intellectual superiority, proving that he refuses to be a predictable cog in anyone else's machine. Sign number 6. Modern social circles heavily reward image management, sugarcoating, and comfortable deceptions to maintain a fragile peace and protect sensitive egos. While the common man pacifies women with empty compliments, the Sigma male utilizes fearless truth-telling, speaking raw realities without worrying about being politically correct. He cuts through social hierarchies by focusing strictly on facts, a tactical move that breaks the power balance women rely on to control social settings. She perceives this bluntness as a direct insult, becoming deeply infuriated because she can no longer use comfortable illusions to manage his perception of her. Honesty is entirely non-negotiable for a sovereign man who values clarity over the false security of a comfortable delusion. If this level of transparency has ever shifted a dynamic in your life, leave a brief comment below. Sign number 7. A frequent maneuver in modern arguments is using pure emotional volatility, claiming a position is correct simply because that is how she feels. While a crowd of men will instantly back down to avoid a scene, the Sigma male remains entirely unfazed by the emotional storm and calmly demands strict logic, specific examples, and real reasons. He completely disarms the tactical outburst by refusing to match her energy, establishing a boundary that emotional chaos cannot cross. This leaves her feeling entirely invalidated and intensely frustrated because her standard mechanism for shifting power has completely bounced off his composure. This is strategic detachment at its finest, ensuring that only the truth, and not temporary turbulence, determines the path forward. Ultimately, every tactical maneuver, social game, and emotional power play deployed by modern women falls completely flat against the Sigma male for one simple reason: your inner strength is far too deep. While the crowd scrambles for external validation, your quiet competence and absolute self-possession make you entirely untouchable to the chaos of the modern dating market. By refusing to submit to the traditional script, you force the world to meet you on your own terms, anchored in a standard of logic and boundaries that nothing can ever take away from you. You are not broken. You are sovereign. Let them play their games with the average man. You operate on an entirely different echelon. Thank you so